Hello,
Yeah.
everyone. We are back. Herbal Tea Thursday.
Yeah. It's your healthy habits and lifestyle coach, Giovanni, host of the Empowered Lives podcast. What's up, Shireen? Welcome back.
Hey, everyone. Host of Voices and Vibes, Perspective Studio Productions, Black
Production.
Print. I am back. I'm happy to be back, but I'm not 100%. And I'm just ready to be 100%. So I'm peeling an orange, though.
Okay. I was reading the back of my spearmint tea. So I got
Mhm.
spearmint tea in my Empowered Lives mug, and it says the creation of 1,000 forests is in one acorn. Is in one acorn.
Oh, the creation of 1,000 forests. That's
Mm-hmm.
huge.
Is in one acorn.
It almost sounds like the creation of $1,000,000 is in one idea,
Ooh.
right?
Ready?
Cheers, cheers. Bing. I am just having mint tea, peppermint tea, black.
Spearmint.
Mm-hmm.
Spearmint. Black
Mm-hmm.
means nothing in it.
Uh-huh.
Black.
Black and black, black, black.
All right, you ready to check us in?
I'm about to. Um, uh-uh.
You snacking?
I just had, I had a small burrito.
Okay. What was all in your burrito?
Not much because I'm scared to eat.
You
Um,
scared?
just I had a little bit of rice.
Mm-hmm.
It had chicken. It had a dash of cheese and then just salsa,
You
onions,
built it?
peppers.
You were able to build it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, because they have all kinds of toppings, and I usually be like, put that and put that and put that. But so that, and I just finished a bottle of water, and now I'm just having this tea. Are you getting something for somebody? Oh,
No. I was moving the light because I
oh,
think it's my left eye always looks low and dim, but I think it's the way the lights are hitting me. Um, so it's always like a eye, and I don't know if it's this eye
hmm
or this eye, and I'm trying to watch how I position the lights
you
to see
know
if
that.
that's why it's sensitive because it's hitting like right.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say if you do on your camera mirror my whatever, because sometimes then I'm like, okay, it's my right
Yeah,
eye.
because this is my
Yeah,
right.
this is my right. Okay, it's the right. It's the right.
This is my
Just to
right.
figure out what's
I think
happening.
like on my episode that dropped yesterday, it said like, why was your left eye like looking about closed? And I think it's because of the way the lights come in
So
that
you're
make it.
squinting.
Probably like, okay, the light's too bright, the light's too bright. And then you're trying to
Yeah,
make sure you're seen. So
yeah.
still working on my lighting in my in-house studio.
Girl, honestly, lighting has been. I'm just taking it off the top because I don't know.
You've been shuffling for a while.
Mm-hmm. Nothing's coming out yet. What's currently getting in the way of your self care practice?
What's currently quick answer, and this is probably because my coach has been drilling this in my routine. I do not have my routine down. I have not created my routine,
Which we
identified
talked
my
about.
goals to be able to plug them into my day in regards to activities and action steps and things that I need to do because I do not have a routine. What is standing in my way from actually doing all of the self-care that I want to do because I have not designated the time to do that. And so that routine is going to be a big thing for quarter one. The goal is to truly reflect on my goals and really work and figure out my spreadsheet to identify what my routine needs to look like and create it as if I'm working, like the work day, and not time off from work where I have typically, more time to do the things that I want to do for myself. So I need to schedule that in. So I have to work on my routine. So long story short, my routine, that is what's standing in the way of my self-care.
I would agree with that for me as well. Right now, it's just feeling sick. But when I'm not feeling sick, I still don't have that routine down pat. And we've talked about this. We're like trying to get to bed earlier, or I think, and some of it goes into the conversation we're going to have today, is like, I feel like I think about um, not necessarily fasting, but like cleansing often. And because I'm sick right now, like I'm better than I was last week. Last week I was down for the count, right? Um, so I'm better, but I'm now having reactions off the medication. But it makes me think of cleansing, right? So
I think so. I
yeah.
think we also talked about it when you said we've talked about this before. When I think it was like almost about to be a year ago when you were reading the 5-hour work week or something, and we were really talking about all
12,
the
12-week work year.
12-hour work week or something like that.
12-week work year, yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I remember we were wrapping our minds around the conception of really valuing our time and maximizing it through the things that we do, as well as making sure that our well-being was addressed within that too. Like not so focused on what all you got to get done, but also how are you taking care of you to make sure the best you, the creative you, the energized you, the focused you, the disciplined you is showing up to do those things. And so we're about to get a year into kind of first talking about that. And I think that happened for you in January within your community, within your coaching space. And then I went into I did 2 5-day challenges with Marquel, who was teaching me that you have to value time. Once you value time, then you'll truly value what it is that you expect to do and want to do with your life. And until then, there's no true time management. And so that has been a big thing that stood out this year too. But let's go. I guess that answers the check-in, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How's your week been? Like, what would you say? How's your
My
week been?
win.
I was gonna ask you about your wellness win, but first, how's your week been?
Week's been flowing. My wellness win. My wellness win. My wellness win. My wellness win for the week was I was asked the question. I don't know if I got the question right, but what am I most proud of in regards to accomplishing or just for the year? What am I most proud of for the year? Or what are some things I'm proud of for the year? And being able to have that moment to truly reflect on all the things I was proud of experiencing, accomplishing, evolving through was a great wellness win for me this week. I think sometimes we don't take enough time to reflect on all the things you have done, your achievements, your accomplishments, how you showed up, the things you've overcome, obstacles, challenges, and just the way that you've created some things, followed through on some things, got on the other side of some things. We don't do enough of that type of acknowledgement of you. Because we're always still focused on all the other things we want to still get done or what it is that we want to do or the next idea that comes to your mind. So I would say that was a really good
Wellness win.
win for this week. What about you?
Yeah. Just to, I agree. Like sometimes we don't realize how much we've done in the time that has gone by. Can you hear me okay?
Mhm.
Okay. Sometimes we don't realize how much we've done. And if we take the time to just reflect, you're like, oh, shoot, I did this. Excuse me. Um, I've been doing some reflecting too. What's been my wellness win? Um, well, I feel better than I did last week, even though I'm still under the weather. But I'm now almost on antibiotics because I was waiting for. I got to take it, and then I'll be on it. Um, I'm on the mend.
Gotcha.
Wellness win. So yesterday I got invited. Last week I got invited to a call to do something that's happening on Saturday. And yesterday I went to catch some behind the scenes of the event. And it could turn into, depending on how Saturday goes, could turn into like a mini documentary kind of thing, right? So it's kind of cool. But it is a show that's happening that pertains to Trinidad, in which my parents are from. So it's to be in the space with like my elders. I don't know, right? I don't know these people, but they're like my elders. They're all my elders. Um, and even though I wasn't feeling 100%, everything was stopping me from going. Um, to be in that space, and they were playing their music on their instruments, and they're dancing and they're singing. They're not dancing, but they're like tapping in the chair and they're singing. And I cannot help. I love the music from Trinidad and Tobago. So I cannot help. I'm filming, but I'm just like, and they're singing their song, and I'm like, that energy in the midst of me still kind of like I'm on the mend. But yesterday you spoke to me yesterday and I was like, I can't talk. I'm in pain. I I could barely talk. I was in a lot of pain yesterday. But in the midst of that, I was able to go out and shoot. And the energy of just being in that space, it just filled me with like joy. So I'm going to attribute this week's wellness win to yesterday's experience of just being around elders singing folk songs from Trinidad and Tobago and just them, right? And this all came on very last minute, but like it's so lovely to just be around the culture,
Mm.
right? I love all of our culture, all Black culture. Whether you're from the islands or you're from different countries within Africa, if you're from North America, if you're African American, I just love, we have so much culture in different aspects. Hip hop just gives me joy. You know what I mean? R&B just gives me joy. Soul music, I'm gonna love it. Like old school, like I can appreciate it all. Um, and just appreciating yesterday was just like another moment in time that was just so cool. And like one girl had, it almost looked like a grater, right? And it's tall, and she's and you see one saxophone and a couple of like bongo drums and one steel pan. It's just, and it was like in the consulate of like Trinidad and Tobago. Like that was the building that we went to. So I was like, this is a beautiful way to end the year, right? Even in the midst of me not feeling 100%, but the energy was a total vibe.
I like that. We talked about that grater. I've seen it before, but I saw it like in church with my great granddaddy one time, and they were getting it. And the man was just getting it in church.
Yeah.
It was like such a small little church. I think I was in like maybe kindergarten at the time, so I know what you're talking about in regards to that instrument. But I know that those vibes, that energy, probably helped you feel better, even just in that moment.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that you got to experience that. And I'm excited about exploring the African diaspora around the world. And so I want to see more of that. So I can only imagine what those vibes are going to be, traveling across the world and seeing and feeling and tasting and hearing all of those things. African diaspora vibes.
Yeah.
But y'all, it's that point where we done spent about 15 minutes. Make sure you give us your wellness win. We want to hear from you. Drop it in the comments, even if you're catching the replay. And then also don't forget to check in. What is stopping you from self-care? So last week we were talking about prioritizing. How do you prioritize your well-being with Nayetta, the activity playhouse guide?
Thank you, Nayetta. Thank you, Nayetta, for popping in at the last minute.
Right.
Appreciate you.
Today, we're asking what's stopping you from doing those things. We gave you some ideas last week. Today, we're asking what's stopping you from doing those things. But now we ask that you subscribe to our channel. So our information is in the show notes. Please hit subscribe and that notification bell. We'd appreciate your support. All right, your support. So today we are talking about
what the gut.
What the gut?
What the gut?
What the gut? What the gut? So Shireen,
what's going on with your gut?
What is going on with your gut? Do you even know? Do you care about your gut?
Oh my
How
God,
do you even show up, love, care, make decisions that affect your gut?
You eat some oranges, some fruits. You drink some herbal tea with no sugar, no dairy. And if you must, you get on those meds. If you must. But Giovanni, I've been sick the past week. And I'm in the colder temperatures. So it's the season, right? And you hear me still coughing. But I tend to get bronchitis. Right? And it's just like inflammation in your lungs. And I have it. I was told yesterday from the doctor I have bronchitis. So they give me like an asthma puff to open up the lungs, the air pathway, and then some antibiotics to clear up any infection. But the thing is, because I don't normally take a lot of medication, my body reacts so quickly to anything that does not belong in it. Right? Good or bad, I could enjoy some great tasting meal and my body would be like, that was good, get it out of me. Like the next day, like get it out. Right? So, and it could take, because sometimes things take a while to digest, but like, have you ever had food poisoning? Have you ever experienced?
I'm gonna say no, because when I thought it was food poisoning, when I got like really sick, nauseous, all of that, it ended up being a sign of endometriosis. So I thought it was food poisoning, and it wasn't. It was actually endometriosis. Other things that were happening that I did not know. So my body was providing me with those signals, and I thought it might have been food poisoning. But then when I was asking anybody else who ate what I ate and ate at the same place, and everybody else was fine, I was like, okay, this is weird. Like, what is really happening? So is it not food poisoning?
Yeah.
But it was distress. It was the endometriosis. It was all the different things going on inside of my body. So I thought it was food poisoning, but it wasn't.
All right, let's go deep. We're going deep. We're getting vulnerable. We're talking. Because we're talking gut health. And if we're really talking gut health is not pretty, right? Gut health is not pretty. So we're not going to be pretty here. Have you ever had a colon cleanse?
Whew, glory. Before my surgery for endo, all of that, I had to take medicine because it had to like cleanse me all the way out. And I mean, as much as can get out was trying to get out so they can go in and have no issues getting around anything by the end. Yes.
Let's be real.
Oh my
It
goodness.
flush you. So I've done it voluntarily, right?
Yeah, never have I ever done it voluntarily.
Never have I ever voluntarily tried to flush out my booty. I did. I was like, let's cleanse the colon. Girl. Okay.
Woman.
Very first time I ever had, and this goes to how I felt yesterday. Okay. I'm trying to set the scene. The very first time I ever had a colon cleanse, I seen it on like a Groupon. Do you guys have Groupon in the US? You do?
Yeah, we got Groupon.
I seen it on like a Groupon. And I'm like, oh, what's this? You know what? Yeah. Talk about trying new things. Let me try this. People are going on like rides and shit, wine tasting. I'm like, let me clean my booty with some water. Okay. What happens when you go through a colon cleanse is you flush out the natural bacteria that's happening within your body. So they will give you afterwards some probiotics so you can put some of that natural bacteria back into your body. Me being like, I don't take a lot of medicine. They gave me these I'm not going to take these 2 little pills. You know, it's just like eating yogurt. Again, technically, I'm not supposed to be having dairy because there's a lot of Black people that cannot have dairy. I'm one of them. All my life, I've been fighting to eat that ice cream cone. Okay. I did not take those probiotics in about an hour and a half to 2 hours. By the time I got home, all of a sudden I was laid out on the floor and I did not know what was going on. And what was happening was my body was kind of shutting down because I didn't have the natural bacteria back into my body. Your gut and that area when you flush it out, it is so important to have things stabilized, pH balanced, natural bacteria, all of that natural, it needs to be in your body. Yesterday, when I was on the phone with you and I'm like, call me back in 7 minutes. I just need to get in the studio. I felt like that day when I was laid out. I couldn't get the door open for the handle. I couldn't get the handle open. An old lady was walking by and I was like, excuse me, miss, I'm in a lot of pain. Can you open this door for me? She probably thought, what the hell? What the gut? She only knew I had to empty my gut. So he opens the door for me. I don't know if she thought I was breaking into this building. I'm like,
that's what I was thinking. I probably wouldn't.
Right?
Like,
why do I gotta break it in? If I was blonde and palm collar, I wouldn't have been breaking in.
I would have used something to kind of open it up.
Listen, I had the keys in my hand. I'm like, the place is already unlocked. I just need you to open the door. I don't have the physical strength to open the door. Imagine I don't have the physical strength to open a door. Like the freaking door. And then when I go through the first door, there's another door with like punch codes that I got to put in. I couldn't get the punch codes. So it kept going, beep, beep. Finally get in. What the gut happens. And I'm weak. And Giovanni calls me back. It's been over 7 minutes. And I'm like, I can't talk. How did I sound? Like I could not talk.
Like you needed to get off the phone.
And I was on the throne already. But I want to say this, like nothing was, yeah, we talking. Nothing was, it was water. It was water. We're talking. This
is before you even started taking your medicine?
No, I had left the doctor's. I had taken one puff. The puff loosens your muscles.
There you go. Now we're getting to how all of this, what the gut happened, because I'm over here like
what the gut from the puff. But I did not know what was going on with me. And
this has never happened before because you said you've gotten bronchitis every couple of years. And this
never happened before. Remember, your body changes every 5
years. It does.
Right? We're women, we're getting older. Our hormones change. Our hormones change on a regular. Our hormones change with age. Our hormones change for all kinds of reasons that I don't know nothing about. Who knows why? Girl, this was before me trying to get somewhere. I'm saying take care of your gut. I'm saying that when I left the studio, after I finally packed up, after I took 2 minutes to lay down, I went home and I was like, all right, let's put on a pad because who knows what's going to happen. Right? You just have to take care of your gut because your body can just do awkward things. And this
Right.
my friend had called me in the day and I was like, oh, I came from the doctor and they gave me this. And it's funny, they gave me two things, antibiotics and a puff. And as soon as I said the puff, she's like, drugs. And she is a herbalist. She's not a herbalist. She's plant based. Her and her husband are 100% plant based. So, and she's been plant based for years. So she was like, "They gave you drugs." I guess but I didn't realize. I don't know what's changed in my body to make it so drastic, right? Um, all I could think, like, I got through the day, I got through the night. I woke up this morning and I was like, I need to take the puff because I can barely breathe. Right? A pad or a diaper? Girl, listen. Yesterday was a pad. Today is a diaper. I'm not lying. That's exactly what I was gonna say. I am not even, girl. I'm not even joking because a couple of years ago, before my grandmother passed, either my sister or my aunt gave me some Depends to give my grandmother. I still had those in my drawer. Giovanni, you know how many times I went to go throw out those 3 pads? I said to somebody this morning, I'm gonna put all these. I put on the Depends to go to bed after I showered because I don't know what's gonna happen when I go to sleep. When we talk about what the gut, take care of yourself, because the cough medicine will humble your ass, literally. It is so important. All I can think about is the only thing I had today before an hour before we went live was juice. Giovanni was on the phone yesterday telling me, oh, maybe you should have a pine. Did you have any pineapple? I was like, bitch, anybody thinking about pineapple? I can't even walk. I could already barely talk. And you'd ask me if I ate pineapple? I don't, fuck off. Giovanni's like,
Pineapples help. They help with things in your lungs. That bromelain, like it really helps with like detoxing.
In the midst of it. Ain't nobody thinking about, is there pineapple? You're like, Giovanni's on the phone. Is it seasoned down there? I don't know if you can get pineapple. If you can, do you hear my voice? This is me. I could barely speak. This girl's on the phone. Asked, did you eat any pineapple? Can you get any? I don't know if there's any in season. And I was like, listen, Southern Belle, beat it. But I did listen to you.
Right.
I did listen to you. And so today I just had water. I did take my puff. I'm padded all the way around. I can't have any shame in it because I got to do what I got to do because I had a client. I had to get in here. And I went and I got myself a juice that had pineapple. I was like, oh, that has banana. We ain't going to do that. No dairy, right? That's the wellness coach for you. She did not say, Shireen, you okay? I was like, oh, Giovanni, I feel weak. She's like, all right, then I guess I'll let you go. Can you ask me? I didn't get a morning boo, you okay?
No.
I spoke to her today. She called me. All right, what are we talking about? The pineapple juice? Like, I was literally dying on the phone yesterday. The granny opened the door, and now I'm wearing the same diapers as the granny. Like,
Shireen, you did not sound like you were able to talk. I was just trying to get you off the phone as quick as possible. Like,
after asking me about pineapple juice.
I was just trying to provide you with an option. I just wanted you, and I was going to ask you, did your plant-based friend provide you with any solutions, any suggestions?
No.
Or all she said was, they gave you medicine?
No, because she didn't. The time that she spoke to me, I didn't take it as yet. So I had not been hit. I had just left the doctor's office. It took about an hour and like 20. So when you spoke to me, I was just getting to the studio from the doctor's office. And girl, you heard me. I could barely talk.
Exactly.
I was weak.
So you want me to prolong the conversation?
No, I want you to be like, listen, can you get up? Do you need to
You
call?
didn't say you were down.
I was down. I sounded down.
You sounded, yeah, I don't know.
I
It wasn't up.
down.
It wasn't
Everything was down and out. Everything.
Okay. All of the details she's giving you today is not what she gave me yesterday, guys. So let's not act as if
she heard me in the midst of it. I can't talk. I'm in pain. Did you eat any pineapple? Those two things do not commute.
I was just trying to help you out because you said it was in your lungs. And that's all that's the first thing I thought about was pineapple. Lungs in my mind, functional nutrition, see the lungs, pineapple. Can you get some pineapple? And I wanted to make sure I wasn't suggesting anything that your son may be allergic to for you to be able to take into your house. That was it. Yeah. And that was something you could have just like sucked on instead of actually ate, because I wasn't sure how your appetite even kind of sat. But
yeah, I forgot we could do this.
You forgot?
Girl, I'm not thinking about that. All I'm trying to do is keep my lungs together and keep everything else together and not run.
They don't. I'm glad All Shoot said that. I actually thought about that when you was like, Patty, and you were like hitting it to the side. I was like, if they know her, they know that there was no surgery to be.
Already. I'm already packing. Now I'm double packed. But
so what I was thinking was something I learned from that story. Thank you for sharing so openly. This is a new side of Shireen. You're definitely not as open
side
and vulnerable. Okay, that's not literally. But what I did learn is I didn't realize that. I know it opened up your lungs, like when you take a. I didn't realize it either. But when you have an inhaler and it opens, I didn't realize that all the others, like it would affect your gut the way it did by opening up air. Like I knew it opened up your airway. I didn't know it opened up all the way.
It didn't do that, Giovanni. Ain't nobody got open, Giovanni. It was just a flush, okay, Giovanni? Ain't nobody out here butterfly.
When you said it was down and out, like, I was just saying, like that's something I learned. I didn't know it did that. I don't recall. I think it was 2019, right before Thanksgiving. Student came in with the flu. Student got the flu. I got the flu. Oh, and then my flu progressed and went into the flu progressed and it went into bronchitis. And so that's how it looked for me in 2019 around that Thanksgiving time. And so I don't recall that happening, but I also my eating wasn't as good as what it is now. It wasn't as intentional. I think at that point I was still consuming dairy, gluten, and seafood. And and so I didn't see a change in regards to like my digestive system or my gut. But I like that you are already on the herbal teas that help with, like detoxing your gut and moving things out that shouldn't be in there. Green tea, ginger tea, dandelion root tea.
Yeah.
You've had a lot of different teas before as products and stuff like that. So I know herbal teas are really good for detoxing, but also, like I just said, gluten, dairy, like staying away to those things helps you reset the gut. And when you're talking about like the gut flora, I think that's what you're saying, all the stuff like the gut flora, once you get it all out, Spencer, last Thanksgiving, he got really sick and it was coming out of one end and then I think it was a little out the other end, but he was really sick and he had to get on like medicine to really help him get his stomach reset. And then I had to give him probiotics after that to help him get his flora back. And it took like 2 different types of medicine. And like now he's just on a sensitive stomach type of kibble. And so I try to be mindful of that because his stomach, his gut can be, a little funny too.
Yeah. Ashu put in there like the side effects, and I read it this morning because there was no reading yesterday. By the time when you um cleanse, so cleansing your gut, like cleansing your colon, that is like probably one of the best things you can do, right? Because a lot of disease starts from there, right? It's so when I was, what was I going to say? Oh, you talked about the side effects. I looked it up this morning because I was so weak. So there
Mm,
was no looking anything up. When you cleanse, you lose a lot of energy, right? And not knowing is like the hardest thing for me, like not knowing what's going on. I'm out of shape. So if I'm out of breath, I know, okay, I'm out of shape. You know what I mean? But not knowing something so drastic, especially is like, I'm about to go make some money that I'm counting on. And I'm passionate about the job I'm about to do. What is going on? Your body is just doing something completely left, and not knowing is actually probably one of the scariest things you can experience. So I most definitely looked up the side effects this morning of the medication, the puff. It's not the same one that you mentioned, to find out what it could be. And
mm,
some of the things that you mentioned are, now I already have bronchitis, and I have to be careful that it doesn't turn into pneumonia, because that has happened before.
and that's
Um,
going around too. I heard
yeah,
a lot of students and other people, like that's that season, the weather,
yeah,
the
and it's
stuff in
really
the
damp
air.
out here. It's really
Mhm.
damp out here.
It goes from
Um,
raining to not raining to dry, cold, warming back up.
yeah, but I was gonna say, I do have that sore throat. You hear me coughing? Sure, I'm coughing. My
Mhm.
lungs are open. I did take a puff before we got started today. But my it's also dry in my throat.
Mhm.
Exactly. I did have, the very first thing you mentioned there. That's what was happening. But once you cleanse, you are so right. It's about either putting those probiotics back in. And I definitely took your advice today about the pineapple, because that
You were
cleanses.
hearing me when you had barely no strength.
I'm always listening. I'm always listening. Um,
How did it go?
it was fine, and I was scared to take it. I was scared to drink it today, and I drank a big one, because I had not planned on eating. I
Mhm.
was literally like, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's days before the holidays. Can I just go on fruit? I don't know if I can make it through fruit. And so I went, and I was like, I need something because my head
That
is
is
hurting
really
me.
fancy.
Yeah, if I could do it, I'm, I had something. I had a small burrito, as I mentioned at the top of the call, but I was like, just give me something small that has a little bit of vegetables, um, a little bit of chicken breast, and I'm not against going like plant. I didn't even think about it. I was just like, just give me something because my head is hurting me. And then tea. Do what you got to do to clean your gut. And as you start getting into the new year and start thinking about all your goals and everything that you want to achieve, Giovanni talking about like routines. A cleanse is something that you should do, and I think they do say that you should do a cleanse twice a year, right? Like a
I
uh,
think I think I've heard that before, either twice a
mhm.
year, and then I've heard some people say like once every 90 days. So
It's
some people do it once a quarter, while some people do it, once a year. What's up, Nat?
yeah,
But I think for me, something that I've started to do just to give my digestive system a break, that I enjoyed, that I was telling you about in September, was like the mono fast.
hmm
And just like giving myself my digestive system a break and only consuming like just one fruit,
one thing.
and not even having to do that. Like I did it 10 days, watermelon longer than that, but you can do that for one day, 3 days at most, and then even changing what fruit you're using, that's still giving your digestive system enough break than trying to digest rice, chicken, dairy, like all the different things that we typically like to eat in one day.
Yeah.
That's even helpful and supportive. when you are trying to address the gut and really allow it to kind of get some of those toxins out and just be like, you know what, I'm prioritizing you right now. I'm eating all the things, drinking all of the fluids to really just help you flush out stuff that doesn't need to be in there.
Yeah.
And so go ahead.
No, I was going to say you can even do OMAD, right? Which is essentially, it's not exactly what I did, but like 1 meal a day. Because if you're not, it's not that you can't. I don't believe that there's nothing you can't do. If you're not ready to do the one that like Giovanni had mentioned. And Giovanni, I did see a TikTok just days ago talking about, like you did the grape one, talking about doing just a grape fast, right?
Grapes did not last long. Yeah. I did like 2.5 days. Apples went longer. Watermelon went longer. But
grapes are like a fruit.
Grapes are really
one
good.
Fruit all day is hard to do. It's not something you do on the normal, right?
Not at all.
Right. So it's not.
And I had to diversify mine, like actually eating the fruit, then drinking the juice, because you want those different textures, because you're used to different textures. Like I'm used to chewing. So what am I going to chew? Like, oh, I'm thirsty. What am I going to drink? I don't want to just keep chewing.
But even consuming 10 different ways in one day, it's like, can I eat something else? Like I need to eat something else.
If you're used to eating a lot, or eating multiple things throughout
eating
the day.
Different things, right? Most people do eat multiple things throughout the day, right?
Or some people are accustomed to really eating one major meal and maybe just doing like fruit in the morning or something. Like I have had clients and people that I know don't typically eat like meals, but they'll do like fruit in the morning or a smoothie. Like they'll eat like whole fruit, or they'll just do like a smoothie or a juice, and then they might just have one meal, and that's it for them. Like they're just not typical big eaters. Like if they can drink all day, they'd rather do that versus eat.
Yeah. And I think like if we looked at it from like a population standpoint, it'd still be a small percentage of people. So just whatever you're doing, find some way to give your gut some attention. And even though we're about to go
attention. Good
it will give you the attention you do not want. Hear me as I say this. It will hold you down. It's like when you're will hold you down, literally. God. If you do not take the rest that your body needs, at some point your body will just completely shut down.
You just said the R word. That's also a part of addressing your gut, getting proper rest. If you're not getting the proper rest, your gut isn't able to do all the things it needs to do to work for you. And so rest is a huge part of detoxing, cleansing, opening up those pathways, as well as just walking. Like that too is a part of detoxing and helping things move in regards to that lymphatic system. We talked about it before, the dry brushing too.
Even getting a lymphatic massage, like going out there and get all I'm trying to say is find a way to prioritize your gut. So you don't have to wait till January 1st. You don't have to wait till January 2nd. You don't have to wait till January.
Because your gut is being present for you today.
Listen, if you're scared to fart, you need to care of your gut. I'm trying to say. I'm projecting.
Some people might be feeling that way.
It depends. And there's nothing wrong with depends.
Did you say it depends?
Yeah, it depends. There's nothing wrong with depends. Actually, funny enough, I was speaking to a friend last night or this morning, whenever, and we were talking about some women actually buy Depends for their menstrual. Listen to me, ladies. And men, if you're listening but you turned up, we don't care. This can benefit some woman you might know, but you also need to take care of your gut. Before the holidays, it does not hurt to cut back on some things and maybe consume more fruit. Fruit cleanses, vegetables rebuild. Right? Fruit cleanses, vegetables rebuild. So it does not hurt to cut out some of the
first.
Because you're gonna. Most people will eat heavy throughout the holidays. Most people will consume more sugar throughout the holidays. Most people will, if you're drinking, there you go, you're drinking your sugar, you're drinking all of that stuff there. It's going to be heavy on your gut. So find some time to cleanse. even if it's just one meal a day and you've done it for like 3 days, so that on Christmas you have your thing, you eat your leftovers on Boxing Day, and then days later you're back to cleansing again, just to get that stuff out of your system. And just trying to get yourself in a better space. And your gut is actually tied to your brain. So what's happening down there, it reflects up here. The cloudiness and everything up here, because something is going on down there. They are. Are you brushing your dog?
I'm not brushing him, just stroking him. He came closer to the studio.
Okay.
Can you see him?
No, but I did see. Yeah. Yeah. He's like, they don't have to see my face.
They don't. But I like that you talked about starting with fruit and then going with vegetables. And then just because you have a typical norm for Christmas doesn't mean you can not do something different. So like
make better
for the typical American Thanksgiving holiday, I didn't have any cooked food. And I tried something totally different, from my dessert to a green salad to a kelp. Was it kelp noodle? No, a palmini noodle pasta type of dish. And actually, because I chose to do something differently, I had my family taste what I made, and they loved it. They enjoyed it. They gave me ratings for it. So even if your gut is talking to you now, or your body is saying, I need you to do things a little bit differently. Do those things differently. Show up for yourself in a way that you never have. And that's okay to do stuff differently. It's your lifestyle. No one's telling you to make radical changes, but do what you feel is best because you want to feel your best. So explore those different things. Eat fruit, simplify what you are eating. You don't have to complicate every meal and have this, 6, 7 different items just to have. I had 3. I had 3. And I absolutely enjoyed it and had enough to share with other people, and they enjoyed it and tried something different. And so you never know what makes you feel good. It might make somebody else feel good. And just the fact that you tried something differently is now helping other people. So prioritize your gut this holiday. Try to do something for your gut every day if you can. So that's what I would say.
Yeah.
Great.
I like it. I agree.
Great talk, Shireen. Great talk. Nice and vulnerable, transparent.
I think it's so important for us to be transparent, even with the uncomfortable things, because I was telling a client today, somebody needs to hear what we're talking about. Right? Somebody is going through something and they need to hear it. And we might feel embarrassed because we might be talking about ourselves, but like, think of all the people that you might be helping. That's like, damn, I was wondering what happened there. Oh, wait, depends. For my period, we set it for like 2.5 seconds, right? Well, you know what? Those pads were never helping. You know what I mean? So if you could get something out of it, I think that there's so much importance to having these type of conversations. Because
I think that's one of the reasons why we got into podcasting, is because we're able to have conversations and ask the questions and say the things that we believe is valuable, and whoever hears it and comes across it, it was meant for them, And I think that's what matters most. So I'm with it. Glad we had the conversation. We never really know what's going to go down when we get on and hit the live button. So we appreciate.
I don't know. She's targeted.
You guys,
I feel targeted
for another Herbal Tea Thursday, y'all. Next week will be the last one of this calendar year. So make sure you pull back up and come vibe with us one last time for 2024, y'all. Every Thursday of this year, we were live. You had a wellness vibe brought to you every Thursday. And so we are just so grateful that we can show up for y'all every and not just show up for you, but show up for us in the form of wellness and well-being. So y'all, while Shireen is getting ready, you got your card, Shireen? Okay, go ahead.
Say what you want to say first.
No, that's it. That was it. Go
Go.
ahead. We're ready.
It says rehearse.
Mm.
We're in the look. There's I thought it was a ladybug. It's a whole ass fly listening. Okay. So focus. Squirrel. Okay. Rehearse. Let your current life be a dress rehearsal for the life you want. Today, I mentioned to a client, she asked her guest on her podcast what was a quote or something that they live by. I like the one I have on one of my whiteboards at home is the chances you don't take in life are the things you will regret. Right? You're not the only person with the idea. Whatever the idea is, some people are going to move on it, some people will not move on it. Let 2024 be your rehearsal. Now, take the learnings and the lessons from this year and apply yourself times 10,000 and go out there and get you what you want. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. Healthy choices, good decisions. Let your current life be a dress rehearsal for the life you want. Go out there and get the things you want. That's it. That's all I got.
I like it. When you said, I was like, 2024 was just a dress rehearsal.
That's
Just even looking back, thinking about where I've gone, how I've grown, the clarity,
Mm-hmm.
the confidence, the just showing up. Yeah, it's rehearsal.
Rehearsal.
Keep going. Keep
Yeah.
going.
We about to do the grand show,
Oh.
right? You already debuted, so I don't know what you call it. What do you call it? If this is a rehearsal, what's the next one?
I don't know. Dress rehearsal.
No, this is no dress rehearsal.
Stage lighting. I don't know.
Lights, camera. Just get out there. Take care of your gut.
Right, that part. I used to sing
Here
this
you
song when I would go live on Facebook or Instagram, and I'd just be like, make good decisions. Make good decisions. Make good decisions. So I used to get excited about that because I was eating food that was good for my gut because I was eating plant-based food, more whole foods. And so y'all make good decisions. It's your healthy habits and lifestyle coach, Giovanni. I help those with endometriosis and polycystic ovary syndrome reduce chronic pain, eliminate distress, and minimize irregular or heavy periods through my M³ Healing Empowerment Formula. Y'all, it's holistic living. Let's go. Host of the Empowered Plates Empire Lives podcast. Check my show notes for some value just for you.
Mm-hmm. And Shereen Simon, host of Voices and Vibes. Try to get better so I could be a vibe. And Black Print and Perspective Studio Productions. And I'm just all about the different perspectives. And I'm tired. So I'm looking forward to getting some rest.
You need it. That's a part of making good decisions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You ready to sleep? Mm-hmm. She said, yeah.
All right. Well, y'all have a good night. Y'all, thanks for vibing with us.
Thanks. Bye.